We're joined now by Mississippi College head men's soccer coach Kevin Johns. Coach, thanks for your time. Let's start by talking about the players that you've got coming back from last season. You got about 15 seniors on this team, and a couple of them have already made an impact, and they had a lot of experience last year in winning a lot of games. 13 wins last year and a second-place finish.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids returning. We have a lot of kids that would be good experienced leaders for our team. Kids like Ben Cross, Nick Murray. That will help us a whole lot as far as maturity-wise, and as far as these young kids that we bring in, hopefully let them get a little experience as far as teaching them the right things to do, the wrong things to do, and hopefully help them grow a little bit as a team. So.
But I know one of the players that has been a performer for you the most this season has been a freshman.
Yeah. We have quite a few freshmen, actually, that are very, very solid players. Brian Vasquez and Josh Barrera, two kids that come to mind immediately. Daniel Lang from here locally in Jackson. All three of those kids have come in and played a lot of minutes, started every game. Brian Vasquez had a great week in the first weekend, but then I would probably say Josh Barrera, who's just played 2-3 different positions already, has done a really, really good job as a freshman. And Daniel Lang came as a freshman, from here locally, Jackson Prep, and he started all 3 games and 4 games and has done very, very well for us. So.
And Rafael Guzman led your team in goal scoring last year, and he's back leading the way.
Yeah, Rafael's there. He's one of our solid forwards. We got 3 different guys playing forward position this year that are kind of rotating a little bit, and Rafael's doing very, very well for us. He scored a good goal this past Sunday for us. So.
3-1 in non-conference play before you play your first home game. What did you learn about your team in these non-conference games?
That we can defend well. We just got to find out where the goal's going to come from, really. So that's probably our big question mark. Where are we going to score goals from? Defensively, we returned to everybody from last year's team that only had 12 goals scored on all year and led the conference in fewest goals against per game and things. So we knew we'd be good defensively, and we brought in Josh Barrera and Francisco Martinez and kids like Daniel Lang that are all in the defense. So the crazy thing is we probably brought in our incoming new players. Our strongest ones are probably our defenders, which we returned everybody from last year's team. So, so we know we can defend. It's just we got to see where we can get the goals from, to be fair. So.
And you played some really tough competition.
We have. It's been a great preparation for the conference because more than anything else, we start off with a weekend with 2 Division III opponents the first weekend and got 2 wins there against 2 good teams. Then the very next weekend, we got to play against University of Mobile and Embry-Riddle this past weekend. And, our goal over there was to go over there and just kind of perform well and hopefully get we were shooting for a point out of one of the 2 games, basically, a tie or something, because Mobile was ranked number 2 in the country in NAI and probably one of the favorites to win the national championship. And then Embry-Riddle at the time was ranked number 21 in the country in NAI. And we didn't do very well against Mobile. They were just very athletic and caused us a lot of problems. They have a little bit too much depth and athleticism for us. And but Embry-Riddle the very next day, going out and getting a win against a top 20 division NAI school that has, I think 10, 11 scholarships divided amongst our players, and I think started 10 foreigners in their starting lineup was a good result for us. So hopefully it prepared us for the conference that starts this week. So.
Much like football, you've got a lot of guys on your roster, and that brings some challenges to you and your coaching staff as to who gets the playing time.
Well, it does. It causes some problems, but some of it's healthy problems that we need. And I have a good coaching staff. My 2 assistants, my GA and my assistant, do a very, very good job. They're probably not quite as patient with it as I am because I understand Division III athletics and how it goes. And, we've always, this year, I think we came in with about 50 kids. Last year, about that same number. We have a JV program, so that helps. This weekend we'll play UTD on Thursday and then Ozarks on Saturday. But in between those 2, Friday we'll have a JV game at home. So we'll get some kids some other games and stuff, and hopefully some opportunities. Some of those kids that maybe in our top 18 to shine, kind of impress us as a coaching staff. So.
Who are the teams to beat in the conference this year?
Well, with soccer, every year in year out, it's always going to be UTD and UT Tyler, to be honest, the 2 state schools. The state of Texas has more registered soccer players than any other state in the country. So they only have to recruit from their own state, and being state schools obviously have an advantage there. And Tyler started off pretty well. And then, Dallas this past weekend, I know they tied Trinity, who was number 1 in the country at the time. So so that's what we start off with. So we'll find out pretty quick. We'll play in my opinion, one of the favorites Thursday, so tomorrow. So it'll be pretty quickly to find out where we stand and how good are they and that kind of stuff. But I think us and Dallas and Tyler and Hardin Simmons and some of these schools that year in year out fight for will probably be back right there again. So
got to be a bit of an advantage. You're playing your first 4 conference games at home.
We were doing that the other day. It's amazing. I think over the last 5 years, we're 31-4 at home. So that's a very, very good record for us. So saying that, and then you saying on that first 4 our home, that we couldn't start better. Obviously, we like that, and hopefully we can kind of keep that trend going and keep winning at home. So.
All right, well, Coach, thanks so much for your time.
No problem.